Let me tell you the story of a brand that became a global symbol of style, minimalism, and bold marketing, the story of Calvin Klein. It all started in the Bronx, New York City, in 1942. That's where Calvin Richard Klein was born, the son of Jewish immigrants. Growing up in a working-class neighborhood, he was surrounded by fabric shops and fashion inspiration. His grandmother was a seamstress, and she had a big influence on his early love for clothing and design. While other kids were playing outside, young Calvin was sketching dresses and dreaming of runways. After high school, he studied fashion at the Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan. He was talented, but the world didn't know him yet. That changed in 1968 when Calvin Klein, along with his childhood friend Barry Schwartz, launched a small coat shop in the York Hotel in New York. They started with just $10,000. But Calvin's designs caught the eye of a buyer from Bonwit Teller, a high-end department store. The buyer placed a large order, and suddenly, Calvin Klein was in business. From the very beginning, Calvin's style was clean, simple, and elegant. He avoided flashy designs and focused on modern, minimalistic looks. This set him apart in the 1970s, when fashion was often colorful and over the top. His designs felt fresh, sleek, and sophisticated, and the fashion world loved it. But Calvin Klein didn't just become famous for his clothes, he also revolutionized advertising. In 1980, the brand launched a jeans campaign featuring a young Brooke Shields who said the now famous line, "You know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing." The ad was bold, sexy, and a little controversial, and it worked. Calvin Klein jeans became a sensation. The brand kept growing. In the 1980s and 1990s, Calvin Klein introduced underwear lines that completely changed how people thought about underwear. Before that, underwear was something private, not fashionable. But Calvin turned it into a lifestyle statement. With iconic ads featuring Mark Wahlberg, Kate Moss, and later Justin Bieber, Calvin Klein underwear became a symbol of youth, rebellion, and sex appeal. At the same time, the brand expanded into fragrances, starting with Obsession, and then the hugely successful unisex perfume CK1. The idea of a fragrance that wasn't just for men or women was revolutionary at the time, and it captured the spirit of the 90s: freedom, individuality, and minimalism. Despite its success, Calvin Klein faced challenges. The company had financial ups and downs, and fashion trends changed. In 2002, Calvin Klein sold his company to the Philips Van Huysen Corporation, now called PVH Corp., although he stayed involved in the creative process for a few more years. Since then, various designers have led the brand, each bringing their own vision to Calvin Klein while keeping its clean, bold, and modern identity. Today, Calvin Klein is one of the most recognizable fashion brands in the world. You can find its products in over 100 countries, from high-end runway pieces to accessible basics. The logo, the minimalist style, and the daring ads have all become part of pop culture history. But at the core of it all is the same idea that started it back in the 1960s, that fashion should be modern, confident, and true to yourself. So whether you're wearing a pair of Calvin Klein jeans, spraying CK1, or just scrolling through one of their latest campaigns, you're seeing the legacy of a man who changed fashion forever, a kid from the Bronx who believed in simplicity and made the world believe in it too.